60 million people. That is how many people died in World War II. Whole cities turned to dust. Millions of families broken apart. The world changed forever. But what if it never happened at all? What if one moment, one decision, one man's downfall stopped the deadliest war in human history before it even began? Stay with me. This is What If World War II Never Happened. To understand how this war could have been stopped, we have to go back to September 1938. Adolf Hitler wanted a piece of Czechoslovakia called the Sudetenland. He was ready to invade. But here is something most people do not know. Inside Germany's own army, a group of generals were planning something big. They did not trust Hitler. They thought he was dragging Germany into a war it could not win. So they made a secret plan. If Britain and France stood firm and refused to let Hitler take the Sudetenland, these generals were ready to arrest Hitler, maybe even remove him for good. This plan was real. Historians call it the Oster Conspiracy. But in our real history, it never happened. Because at the last moment, British leader Neville Chamberlain flew to Munich and gave Hitler what he wanted. No war, no coup. Hitler stayed in power. Now, imagine a different choice. Imagine Britain and France said no. In this new timeline, Chamberlain does not fly to Munich. Instead, Britain and France tell Hitler clearly, if you invade Czechoslovakia, we will fight. Hitler is furious, but he orders his army to move anyway. And this is the moment everything changes. The German generals act. Soldiers surround government buildings in Berlin. Hitler is arrested inside his own headquarters. Just like that, one man's rule ends. And with it, the road to World War II closes. No invasion of Poland in 1939. No Blitzkrieg through France. No Pearl Harbor. No D-Day. No Holocaust as we know it. The war that would kill 60 million people simply does not happen. So what does the world look like now? Germany does not disappear. It is still there, still powerful, but it is no longer run by the Nazi Party. A new, more moderate government takes over, backed by the army. Britain and France relax. The crisis is over. People go back to their normal lives. But peace does not mean the world's problems are solved. Not even close. The Great Depression is still crushing economies around the world. In our real history, World War II ended the Depression because countries spent huge amounts of money building weapons, ships, and planes. That spending created millions of jobs. Without a war, that boost never comes. The United States stays in a slow, weak economy for years longer. Factories that would have built tanks and bombers sit quiet instead. Millions of people stay out of work well into the 1940s. But peace in Europe does not mean peace everywhere. On the other side of the world, Japan is still at war with China. That fighting started back in 1937, and it does not stop just because Europe found peace. Japan still wants to expand its empire across Asia. It still needs oil, rubber, and metal. And the United States still does not like what Japan is doing in China. So tensions between Japan and America keep rising, war or no war in Europe. Some historians believe a Pacific War between Japan and the United States might still happen, just without Hitler's Germany as an ally standing beside Japan. Which means the story of the 1940s does not end in peace for everyone. It just changes shape.
Now let's talk about someone we have not mentioned yet, Joseph Stalin. In our real history, the Soviet Union suffered terribly in World War II, losing more people than any other country. But that war also weakened Stalin's grip in some ways, and later opened the door for the Soviet Union to become a global superpower, fighting the Cold War. Without World War II, none of that happens the same way. Stalin keeps ruling the Soviet Union through the late 1930s and 1940s without the massive shock of a Nazi invasion. His purges, prison camps, and tight control over his people continue, largely unseen by a world that is not focused on a global war. In some strange way, a world without World War II might mean the world pays even less attention to what is happening inside the Soviet Union. History does not stop being dangerous. It just moves to a different stage. So far, we have stopped the deadliest war in history before it starts. But stopping a war does not mean the world becomes perfect. The Great Depression drags on. Japan and America are on a collision course. Stalin still rules with an iron fist. In Part 2, we will look even further ahead. What happens to the Jewish people of Europe without the Holocaust? Does the atomic bomb ever get built? Do European colonies in Africa and Asia gain their freedom? And does the world ever come together to form the United Nations? Stay with me for Part 2 of What If World War II Never Happened.